Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Monica Carruthers, Early Childhood Professional Development Consultant, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the value of gardening and planting with your class, and also how to build your own worm compost bin for your classroom or your home. So the value of planting, there's so many values of planting. It's a connection to nature, which we know helps calm the brain and connects children to the outdoors, which also can create lifelong stewardship, which we need in our world. We can teach children about pollinators. We could plant a butterfly garden, perhaps plants that attract birds, and we can also plant food and teach children that they can grow their own food, and this really empowers families. Plan with your children what they would like to grow and then work on that project together. So having a compost bin in your classroom is really a fun project. Children can continue to add to it, and so they can also participate in the building of that. So what you need, first of all, is a large tote, and it needs to have two lids, one for the bottom to act as a drip tray, and the other one, we need also a large tote, which I have here. And you need one that's not see-through. Worms like a dark and moist environment, so we need one with an opaque color. And what you can do is have the children create a pattern on the bottom that will be the drain holes. And then you have a power drill. And this is a 1/8 drill bit, but if you don't want to use power tools, you can use hand tools. You can get those at any hardware store. Actually, you could probably ask some of the families if they have one that you can use, and let the children participate in this part. So the next thing we need to do is build a worm salad inside. And I like to call it that because whatever you put in there is what the worms are going to eat. And when they eat that, and then the worm castings are actually what you're going to use as your organic material for your garden. It's the best fertilizer for garden. Worm castings, actually, that's worm poop. So what you start off with is asking the children to help you participate in shredding some newspaper and put that down in the bottom first. The next thing you want to add is some soil, and we call it soil, not dirt. Dirt is what you find under your fingernails or on your knees at the end of the day, and soil is the rich material that plants and food grow in. We want to pop that right in there. The other thing that you can add is coffee grounds. Even the coffee filter can go in, and you can continue to add that while you're composting in the classroom all the time. Then you want to also encourage the children to bring in organic materials like leaves from the outdoor classroom and fruits and vegetables that are cuttings or leftovers from their lunch or snacks. And they can continue to add that on a daily basis. After you toss that all together, then you want to spray that a little bit with some water. We want it to start off nice and moist. And we don't want it to be saturated with water though. We want it to be moist but not soaking wet. Otherwise the worms will die. And lastly, you want to put a lid on there, and you also need to have the children help you drill holes in the top, and those are your ventilation holes. Pop the lid on there and continue to add organic material to your compost bin. And worms aren't exactly a pet, but they are a living thing to take care of. So I hope you have a really good time with this project. And it is a project, it's a long-term thing. It runs through the winter as well. Your outdoor classroom could have an outdoor composter on it, which you continue to add to through the winter, but you can't see the worms. The kind of worms that you need to add are not dew worms or the large ones that you see on the lawn. They are called red wigglers. They're smaller and they are red, and you can get those from your local fishing and tackle store. Just call around. If it's wintertime, you can still find them. It's just not quite so easy. Or you can find someone else who's already composting and have them share. They do multiply quite a lot, and they could share some of their red wigglers with you. So that's it. I hope you have a really good time building your classroom composter. I hope to see you on my website, which is www.natureofkids.com. And I also have Nature of Kids on Facebook and Pinterest. Hope to see you there and see you in the garden. Take care.